which is now part of the English Language Dictionary and Vocabulary, comes from the Tagalog word bundok, meaning mountain. Catch Aral TarlakHenyo every Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. over Radyo Pilipino DCTC 828 and streamed live on Facebook page and YouTube channel of RTV Tarlac, Channel 26. I am Jeremiah Gakutan, your English teacher broadcaster. Let's learn English together only here on Aral TarlakHenyo.
A lovely afternoon, our dearest grade 8 learners, our dear parents, and fellow teachers. Right now, you are tuned in to our radio station, committed to serve you, our learners in your homes. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC 828 Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. We are also streaming live via DEPED Tarlac Province Facebook page and Signal RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, and Converge TV, Channel 100. Broadcasting live here in Pada Santa Ignacia Tarlac via remote live broadcast. This is teacher broadcaster Nika M. Cortez, your English 8 teacher for today. Our episode for today is for you English 8 learners. So, I'd like to ask you to look for a spot where you can answer your learning activity sheet safely and comfortably while tuned in. Dear grade 8 learners, get a pen, paper, your learning activity sheet, and let's begin. By the way, don't forget to type your name, section, and the name of your school in the comment box if you're tuned in into DEPED Tarlac Province Facebook page, so your English 8 teachers will know that you are participating in our discussion. Our discussion for today will focus on MELC 4, compose effective paragraphs. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to determine or identify the topic sentence of a paragraph, identify the supporting details of a paragraph, and explain the elements of an effective paragraph: unity, coherence, and emphasis. Last week, you learned about synthesizing essential information found in various sources from Ma'am Kim and Ma'am Lizelle. Do you still remember the previous lesson? I'm sure you do. Kindly prepare a sheet of paper for your answers in the activities that we shall have. You may also type your answers in the comment section of the Facebook page where you are tuned in. Are you ready? For our review today, we will have Activity 1, Let Us Recall. Write T if the statement is true, and F if the statement is false. Don't forget to write your answers on a sheet of paper, and to those tuned in via Facebook page, type in your answers in the comment box. Let us have 1. Synthesis refers to combining multiple sources and ideas. Is it true or false? You are right. The answer is true. 2. Synthesis is not a summary, but summary leads to synthesis. Is it true or false? That is correct. The answer is true. 3. Secondary sources include diaries, speeches, letters, photographs, film footages, and autobiographies. True or false? You are correct. The answer is false. The following examples, like diaries, speeches, letters, photographs, film footages, and autobiographies, are actually included into primary sources. 4. When we synthesize, we don't involve redrafting, revising, editing, and proofreading our work. Is it true or false? Good job! The answer is false. We always must make sure that our final work is revised, edited, and proofread. Finally, 5. Synthesizing makes us collect new information from new thoughts and ideas and evolve our thinking. What is your answer? Is it true or false? You are correct. The answer is true. Synthesizing information is the way that you, learners, can take information from multiple sources and bring the information together. When these sources are combined, it creates one cohesive idea. This is typically how you learn new ideas, theories, and information in class. Did you get all the answers correctly? That's great! Well done, everybody! I am hopeful that you have refreshed your knowledge about the previous lesson. So buckle up, everyone, and let's begin. In your learning activity sheet, you will see the different terms and definitions related to our lesson for today. And our topic is about topic sentence and supporting details. But let's have first a definition of paragraph. A paragraph is a group of sentences that convey an idea. Each sentence works together as part of a unit to create an overall thought or impression. In general, paragraphs are used as building blocks in organizing longer pieces of text into prose. They basically function to introduce a new idea, develop an old one, compare and contrast information, or provide readers with a pause. Next is the topic sentence. A topic sentence tells you the main idea of your paragraph. It reveals what you generally plan to propose, argue, or explain. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence of the paragraph because it gives an overview of the sentences to follow. Next, the supporting details. The supporting details after the topic sentence help to develop the main idea. These sentences give specific details related to the topic sentence. Finally, a final or concluding sentence. It often states or summarizes the main idea of the topic sentence. To strengthen your understanding about the topic sentence and the supporting details, let us check this example paragraph. Which brought about the Filipinos' adoption of the American jeep are nearly providential. For here was an ideal, economic carrier suited to the extremes of tropic heat and rain and the bumpiness of Philippine highways, narrow dirt roads, and towpaths. In the farms, it became an indispensable wheel horse, unresisting despite all kinds of inhuman abuses. In the city, the jeep evolved into something its inventors never dreamed of: the phenomenon that has been rattling around Manila for decades, the jeepney. The topic sentence states that the circumstances which brought about the Filipinos' adoption of the American jeepney are nearly providential. The four sentences that follow the topic sentence are the supporting details. They serve to elaborate and back up the topic sentence. The sentences provide specific circumstances which brought Filipinos' adoption of the American jeepney. Let us now move forward to the elements of a good paragraph. A good paragraph has the characteristics of unity, coherence, and emphasis. Unity means oneness, so a paragraph has unity of thought if it sticks to one subject. If a paragraph is unified, it can be summed up in one sentence. This is called unity of thought. Coherence means hanging together and requires both the proper arrangement of ideas and the bridging of gaps between sentences with connectives that show the exact relationship of part to part. There are several standard ways to arrange a paragraph. First, temporally or time order. This is best for detailing how something happened. Next, spatially or space order, which is best for describing a scene. And lastly, logically, known to unknown, general to specific, past to present, and list to the most important. Emphasis makes sure that significant matters stand out and unimportant details stay in the background. Usually, we place important ideas at the beginning and at the end because first impressions are lasting and the end is the longest remembered. Chief devices of emphasis include the following: a forceful introduction, an effective conclusion, a purposeful repetition, examples and illustrations, comparison and contrast, climactic arrangement, and good proportion. I am hoping that you understood our lesson. And to check if you understood our lesson, I'd like you to give the three elements of a good paragraph. Type in your answer in the comment box to those who are tuned in via Facebook page. You have 20 seconds to answer. Time's up! Fantastic grade 8 learners! You were able to give all three elements of a good paragraph, namely unity, coherence, and emphasis. Indeed, it was a wonderful discussion with you, grade 8 learners. To strengthen your understanding of our lesson, answer activity 1, paragraph order of your learning activity sheet. The following paragraph illustrates poor order of the sentences. Number your papers 1 to 6 for the correct order and write the corresponding letter of your answer. How to get to the principal's office. A. If you enter the main gate of the school, you'll immediately see the school quadrangle. B. Enter the main office and ask to see the principal, as her office is actually inside the main office. C. Which way will you take? D. The other faster way to get there is to ask for assistance from the school's security guards. E. I know of 2 means to get to the principal's office. F. Walk through the covered pathway and you'll see the school's main office on the left side. Which among these sentences do you think is sentence 1? Sentence 1 is the topic sentence. It identifies what the paragraph will be about. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? How about the second sentence? The second sentence establishes a point of entry. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? Sentence 3. This sentence leads to a further direction. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? Sentence 4. This sentence tells how to proceed to the final stage. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? The fifth sentence completes the plan that was laid out in the topic sentence. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? And the final sentence, this sentence concludes the paragraph. Is it A, B, C, D, E, or F? Let us now check if you got the correct order. First sentence is letter E. I know of 2 means to get to the principal's office. Sentence 2 is letter A. If you enter the main door of the school, you'll immediately see the school's main office on the left side. Sentence 3 is letter F. Walk through the covered pathway and you'll see the school's main office on the left side. Sentence 4 is B. Enter the main office and ask to see the principal, as her office is actually inside the main office. Sentence 5 is letter D. The other faster way to get there is to ask for assistance from the school security guard. And sentence 6, C. Which way will you take? Did you get all the correct answers? That's very remarkable. You really paid attention to our discussion. Activity 1 is just a warm-up activity though. Let us now see if you can apply your learnings about the 3 elements of a good paragraph. Let's proceed to activity 2, unity. In a unified paragraph, a topic sentence contains the main idea, and all supporting sentences serve to illustrate, clarify, and/or explain the main idea. The central purpose of the unified piece of writing is communicated effectively. Read the paragraph in Activity 2 of your learning activity sheet and write the number of the sentence that does not belong. For those watching via Facebook page, type your answer in the comment box. 1. Afro-Asian literature mirrors not only the customs and traditions of African and Asian countries, but also their philosophy of life, which on the whole are deeply and predominantly contemplative and hauntingly sweet. It refers to the literary output of the various countries and cultures in Africa and Asia. Asian literature alone is diverse and vibrant. English literature includes literature composed in English by writers not necessarily from England nor primarily English-speaking nations. And add to that the splendor of African literature, and you get enriching Afro-Asian literature. Which among these sentences is not connected to the paragraph? You are right. The answer is number 4. Sentence number 4 is about English literature, and the remaining sentences are actually about Afro-Asian literature. I commend everyone for answering our activities really well. So, to add more spice to our lesson, kindly answer the post-listening activity of your learning activity sheet. You may submit your answer for the last part of your learning activity sheet through your English 8 teacher's instruction, whether via Messenger or to be included in your module envelopes. Today's session was fun. Today's discussion only gives us the most important life lesson. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided, by J.K. Rowling. When we have unity, we have courage, we have power, and we have strength. Unity is necessary in any workplace, within the families, and in every kind of relationship. The more unity is in place, the more success is accomplished. Just like in writing paragraphs, we make a good paragraph when there is unity in sentences. Keep on tuning in to 88.9 Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DZTC 828 Radyo Pilipino Tarlac for more fun and educational broadcasts. This has been Ma'am Nika M. Cortez, your teacher broadcaster for today. Thank you and see you next time, grade 8 learners.
Alam niyo ba, ang Balangiga Bells ay kinuha ng mga sundalong Amerikano bilang war trophies pagkatapos ng Balangiga Massacre noong 1901? Matapos ang 117 years, naibalik ng US noong December 11, 2018 ang iconic church bells sa Pilipinas. Ang church bells na ito ay naglalarawan ng kalayaan, katapangan, at pananampalataya ng mga Pilipino. Alam niyo na! Yan ang Balangiga Bells.
Upang matugunan ang mga kinakaharap na pagsubok ng mga guro at mag-aaral sa gitna ng kasalukuyang pandemya, nagsanib tulong sina Congressman Charlie Cojuangco ng unang distrito ng Tarlac, DEPED Region 3 Regional Director Dr. May B. Eclar at Tarlac Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Ronaldo Pozon para sa isang napapanahong proyekto na tinaguriang Project Shine, Aral TarlakHenyo. Ang mga mag-aaral ng Grade 4 at Grade 5, ganon din ang Grades 8 and 9 sa buong probinsya ng Tarlac, kasalukuyang sumasailalim sa radio-based instruction. Katuwang ang himpilang DZTZ 828 kHz AM at RTV Tarlac, Channel 26.
Ang Tarlac po nangunguna po ngayon pagdating po sa radio-based instruction. Marami pong humahanga sa atin. I'm very happy this station, itong DCTC, could reach the whole of Region 3. Hindi natin alam. We are contributing. We are creating a very big dent in the history of Philippine education. And I am proud. I am here in Tarlac. This is the noble cause of education in which you and I, without you knowing it, we are bound to do.
Project natin na Project Shine is a natural consequence dahil sa nangyari sa buong mundo. Let's continue to work together. I think it's very Filipino to practice bayanihan in anything or most of the things that we do. And this is a manifestation of that. No? We have private sector, we have DEPED, we have local government, all working together. And I hope the parents of some of these children, especially the parents that did not graduate from school or hindi nakapag-aral nung sila ay bata, sana naman gamitin na nila itong opportunity na mag-schooling na rin sila kasama ng mga anak nila para mag-bonding pati ang mga magulang sa mga bata. I look at this as doing God's work. Diba? So if you do God's work, it feels right. It's righteous. It's for good, not for evil.
Good morning and happy learning, grade 4. Welcome to
Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26.
Simulcast over DZDZ 828, Radio Filipino Tarlac.
I am Teacher Mercy Pacheco Bognot.
This is Alistair Aidatu.
I am Marie Josephine B. Andrade.
I am Teacher Princess Marie M. Dueñas, and I will be your teacher broadcaster for today.
Alam niyo ba na ang 2014 Philippine Basketball Marathon ay ang pinakamahabang basketball match ayon sa Guinness World of Records? Ang laro ay naganap mula March 24 hanggang March 29, 2014 sa Meralco Gym sa Pasig at tumagal ng 120 hours. Ang marathon na ito ay isang fundraising event para sa mga biktima ng bagyong Yolanda. Alam niyo na, yan ang longest basketball match.
Kumusta mga giliw kong tagapakinig?
Nagbabalik ang inyong paaralang panghimpapawid,
Aral TarlakHenyo, sa RTV Tarlac, Channel 26,
At sa bayang naririnig sa DCTC 828,
Radyo Pilipino Tarlac.
tayo rin ay napapanood sa FB Live ng RTV Tarlac Channel 26.
Sumasahimpapawid mula sa bayan ng Pura Tarlac,
mula sa bayan ng San Clemente,
mula rito sa Purok Elementary School, Pura Tarlac,
sa bayan ng Kapas Tarlac.
Ako, ang inyong guro, na maghahatid sa inyo ng makabuluhang pagtalakay sa ating aralin.
Alam niyo ba na ang gitnang Luzon ay tinaguri ang banga ng bigas ng bayan at kamalig ng palay ng Pilipinas dahil dito nagmumula ang malaking produksyon ng bigas sa ating bansa. Ito ay binubuo ng mga lalawigan ng Aurora, Bataan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Zambales at Tarlac. Ugaliin nating manood ng Aral TarlakHenyo Lunes hanggang Biyernes alas 8:30 ng umaga hanggang alas 5:30 ng hapon. Ako si Binibining Pia Isrin Capiral, ang inyong teacher broadcaster sa Araling Panlipunan dito sa Project Shine Aral TarlakHenyo. Lagi nating tandaan ang pag-aaral ng Araling Panlipunan ay tungo sa daan ng pagiging makadiyos, makakalikasan, makatao, at makabansa.
Matapos ang dalawang malagim na pandaigdigang digmaan na kumitil sa buhay ng maraming tao, ating natukoy ang ginawang pagsisikap ng mga bansa upang maiwasan ang muling pagkakaroon ng isang madugong digmaan. Sa tulong ng labong pangkat ng mga nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations, ay napaigting ang layuning mapalawak at mapanatili ang pandaigdigang kapayapaan at pagkakaisa. Magandang hapon sa inyo mga ginigilot ng mga mag-aral at sa lahat ng ating mga masisipag na mga estudyante ng Tarlac National High School, maging sa ating mga magulang na nakasubaybay sa ating live ngayong araw na ito. Ako nga pala si Ginoong Charlie Peralta, ang inyo pong magiging guro or teacher broadcaster sa Araling Panlipunan Grade 8 na sumasahing kapawid mula dito sa San Pascual, Tarlac City sa tulong 828 Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. Samahan ninyo ako ngayon at ating muling alamin ang tungkol sa ideolohiyang politikal at ekonomiko na hatid sa atin ng TarlakHenyo ng Schools Division of Tarlac Province. Bago na nasimulan ang ating pagtalakay sa ating paksa, tayo muna ay magbalik-aral. Hindi pa ba natatandaan ang inyong paksang tinalakay sa tulong ng ating guro na si Ma'am Christy Castillo? Magaling kung gayon. Atin ang gawin ang ating gawain sa araw na ito. Gawain number 1, bumuo ng mga salita mula sa mga ginulong letra na inyong nakikita sa inyong mga screen. Isa-isahin natin itong buuin upang ating makita o matukoy ang mga konseptong napag-aralan natin sa nakaraang episode. Unahin natin ang number 1. Ano kaya ang unang letra o unang salita? Marahil na inyong naisip, ito ay United Nations. Tama. Ang United Nations, ito ay ang nagsasariling pandaigdigang organisasyon na naglalayong panatilihin ang pandaigdigang kapayapaan at seguridad. Ano naman kaya ang pangalawang salita? Ito ay ang Security Council. Ang Security Council, ito ay ang kapulungang pangkatiwasayan ng mga nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations. Ano naman kaya ang ikatlong salita? Tama. Ito ay ang 14 points. Ang 14 points na nagmula sa dating Pangulo ng US na si Woodrow Wilson, ito ay ang nagsilbing basihan ng kasunduang pangkapayapaan matapos maganap ang mga digmaang pandaigdig. At ang pang-apat na salita ay tama, ito ay Woodrow Wilson. Si Woodrow Wilson ay ang Pangulo o US President noong taong 1913 to 1921 kasagsagan ng digmaang pandaigdig. Ano naman kaya ang panghuling salita? Marahil ang iyong sagot ay General Assembly. Tama. Ang General Assembly ay tumutukoy sa kapulungang tagapagbatas ng mga nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations. Sa araw na ito ay ating tatalakayin ang tungkol sa mga iba't ibang ideolohiya, subalit tayo ay magpo-focus sa mga ideolohiya na may kinalaman sa politika at ekonomiya. At sa araw na ito, ating tatalakayin ang ideolohiya. Ano nga ba ang ideolohiya? Ano nga ba ang kahulugan ng salitang ideolohiya? Ano ba ang mga kategorya ng salitang ideolohiya? At ano ang mga uri ng ideolohiya? Handa na ba kayo sa ating talakayan ngayong araw? Well, kung handa na kayo, ay ihanda na ninyo ang inyong mga sarili, kasama, o kunin ang inyong ballpen at module o last upang masundan ninyo ang ating talakayan ngayong araw. Unahin natin alamin ang kahulugan ng ideolohiya o ideology. Pag sinabi natin ideolohiya, ito ay isang sistema o kalipunan ng mga ideya o kaisipan na naglalayong magpaliwanag tungkol sa daigdig at sa mga pagbabago nito. Ang salitang ideolohiya ay nagmula sa salitang ideya o kaisipan na tuwirang sinusunod ng mga tao. Ngayon ay nais kong makilala ninyo kung sino ba ang nagsabi o nagpakilala ng salitang ideolohiya. Ito ay si Antoine de Tracy. Siya ang nagpakilala ng salitang ideolohiya bilang pinaikling salita ng agham ng mga kaisipan o ideya. Sa madaling salita, pag sinabi natin ideolohiya, ayon kay Antoine de Tracy, ito ay tumutukoy sa agham ng mga kaisipan o ideya. Atin din talakayin ang ideolohiya sa larangan ng ekonomiya at politika. Unahin natin ang ideolohiya sa ekonomiya. Nakatuon sa mga patakarang pang-ekonomiya ng bansa at paraan ng paghahati-hati ng mga kayamanan para sa mga mamamayan. Ito ay ang pangunahing kahulugan ng ideolohiya sa ekonomiya. Base sa ating napakita sa inyong ating unang naipahayag, ang ideolohiya ay napakahalaga sa isang ekonomiya sapagkat ang ideolohiya ay nagsisilbing gabay ng mamamayan, ng pamahalaan at sa lahat ng sektor na bumubuo nito. Ito ay nagsisilbing gabay kung paano ba mapapanatili ang pantay na paghahati ng kayamanan sa mamamayan at sa pangailangan ng isang bansa. Saklaw din na ideolohiya sa ekonomiya ang karapatang makapagnegosyo. Ito ay mga halimbawa ng mga ideolohiya sa ekonomiya. Pagnegosyo, mamamasukan, makapagpatayo ng union, at magwelga kung hindi magkasundo ang kapitalista at mga manggagawa. Kung inyong papansinin, ang aking mga naibigay na halimbawa ay nagaganap sa kasalukuyan. Ito ay nagaganap sa anumang lugar sa ating bansa, hindi lamang sa Pilipinas, kundi maging sa ibang mga bansa sa buong mundo. Ito ay nagaganap sapagkat merong ideolohiyang nagpapaikot sa isang ekonomiya. Ang pangalawa naman ay ang ideolohiya sa politika. Mahalaga na merong ideya kung paano ba ang pagpapatakbo ng isang bansa. Ang ideolohiya sa politika ay nakatuon sa paraan ng pamumuno at sa paraan ng pakikilahok ng mga mamamayan sa pamamahala. Ang ideolohiya ay mahalaga sa politika sapagkat kung wala ito, hindi natin mapanghahawakan, hindi tayo magkakaroon ng isang maayos na organisadong pamamahala. Ang ideolohiya sa politika ay mahalaga rin upang ating makamtan ang kapayapaan sa pagitan ng mga namumuno at sa ating mga pinamumunuan. Ito ay ang pangunahing prinsipyong politikal at batayan ng kapangyarihang politikal. Ang bawat mamamayan ay may karapatan na bumuo at makapagpahayag ng opinyon at salin. Ang ideolohiya sa ekonomiya at ang ideolohiya sa politika ay ang dalawang kategorya ng ideolohiya. Ngayon naman ay isa-isahin natin ang ilan sa mga ideolohiyang lumaganap sa ilan sa mga bansa o sa mga bansa sa buong mundo. Meron tayong ideolohiya na tawag na socialismo. Meron din tayong ideolohiya na komunismo, fasismo, at nazismo. Ano nga ba ang mga manifestasyon ng mga nabanggit natin ideolohiya o mga ideyang pampolitika? Una, andito ang totalitarianismo at diktadorya. Ang sosyalismo, komunismo, fasismo, nazismo ay maaaring magkaroon ng manifestasyon sa politika sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaroon ng totalitarianismo at diktadoryang pamumuno. Ano naman kaya ang manifestasyon ng apat na ideolohiya na ito pag pinag-usapan natin ang ekonomiya? Ang mga bansa mayroong ideolohiya nito ay mayroong una, kontrolado ng Estado ang ekonomiya. Pangalawa, ang pamahalaan ang nagmamay-ari sa produksyon at pamamahagi ng mga ito sa mga mamamayan. At ang pangatlo, mayroong kombinasyon ng Estado at pribadong pagmamay-ari. Ang aking mga nabanggit ay ang manifestasyon ng mga sumusunod na ideolohiya sa larangan ng politika at ekonomiya. Ngayon ay atin naman isa-isahin ang mga sumunod na ideolohiya. Ang una ay ang demokrasya. Ang demokrasya ay may manifestasyon sa politika maging sa ekonomiya. Ang isang bansa na ang ideolohiyang ginagamit ay mayroong una, sa politika ay mayroong tinatawag na presidential at o parlamentaryo. Kaya nga ang Pilipinas, ang uri ng pamahalaan ng Pilipinas ay republika. Ang ideolohiyang ating ipinapatupad ay demokrasya. Ang mga bansa rin ang demokrasya ang ideolohiya nila ay demokrasya ay maaaring kombinasyon ng presidential o parlamentaryo. Ito ay sa larangan ng politika. Sa ekonomiya naman, ang mga bansang democratic ay may malayang kalakalan. Sila din ay maaaring kombinasyon ng Estado o pagmamay-ari ng pribadong mga may-ari ng politika. Pangalawang ideolohiya ay ang kapitalismo. Ang kapitalismo ay isang sistemang pangkabuhayan kung saan ang produksyon, ang distribusyon, at ang kalakalan ay kontrolado ng pribadong mangangalakal hanggang sa maging maliit na lamang ang papel ng pamahalaan sa mga patakarang pangkabuhayan. Sa madaling sabi, ang mga bansang kapitalismo ang ideolohiya ay nagkakaroon ng mas malaking kontrol ang mga pribadong mangangalakal sa larangan ng kalakalan kumpara sa pamahalaan. Ang susunod naman ay ang demokrasya na ating nabanggit kanina. Ano nga ba ang demokrasya? So, ang demokrasya ay isang ideolohiya na kung saan ang kapangyarihan ng pamahalaan ay nasa kamay ng mga tao. Kaya nga tayo ay presidential. Pilipinas ay may ideolohiyang demokrasya o democratic country. Manifestasyon sa politika nito ay maaaring makilahok ang mga mamamayan katulad nating mga Pilipino. Tayo ay maaaring makilahok ng tuwiran o hindi tuwiran sa ating o sa mga kaganapang pampolitika. Tinatawag natin ito direkta o direct democracy o indirect democracy. Kung kapag pinag-usapan naman natin ang eleksyon, may tinatawag natin direct o tuwirang democracy kung ibinuboto ng mga mamamayan ang gusto nilang mamuno sa pamahalaan. Napakagandang halimbawa natin. Tayo mga Pilipino, tayo ay may kalayaan na pumili ng ating mga magiging pinuno. Ito ay manifestasyon na tayo ay mayroong democratic ideology. Karaniwang pumipili ang mga tao sa pamamagitan ng halalan ng mga kinatawan na siyang hahawak sa kapangyarihan o pamamahala sa ngalan nito. Tinatawag ang pamamaraang ito bilang representative o ang kinatawan ng demokrasya. Maliban sa direkta, meron din tayong tinatawag na ituwiran na demokrasya, kung saan ang ibinuboto naman ng mga mamamayan ay ang mga kinatawan nila sa pamahalaan, na siya namang pipili ng mga pinuno sa pamahalaan. Ang demokrasya din ay nagsimulang makamtan na kapangyarihan. Ang bansang democratic ay nagsisimulang makamtan ang kapangyarihan kapag ang mga taong bayan ay pinili ang pinuno ng ito. Ang susunod ay ang authoritarianismo. Ang authoritarianismo naman ay isang ideolohiya o uri ng pamamahala na ang namumuno ay may lubos na kapangyarihan. Ulitin ko, ang pinuno ay may lubos na kapangyarihan. Makikita ito sa pamahalaan ng bansang Iran. So, ang bansang Iran ay isang halimbawa lamang ng mga bansa na nasa kamay ng pamahalaan ang lubos na kapangyarihan. Sa bansang Iran, ito ay isang halimbawa ng authoritarianismo kung saan ang namumuno sa kanila ay siya rin ang pinuno ng relihiyon, estado, ang Islam. So, ang bansang Iran ay isang halimbawa ng isang bansa na may authoritarianismo pamamahala. Pag sinabi din natin authoritarianismo, ito ay napakalawak na kapangyarihan na sinusunod ng mga mamamayan ang namumuno sapagkat ang pinuno ay may lubos na kapangyarihan. Ito rin ay mayroong konstitusyonal na authoritarianismo kung saan ang kapangyarihan ng namumuno ay ipinakda ng kanilang saligang batas. Kaya nga, dahil ito ay naisa sa batas, sa kanilang saligang batas, lahat ng mga mamamayan ay nararapat na sumunod. Ang authoritarianismo din, ito rin ay tawag ng dating Pangulong Marcos sa kanyang pamamahala sa ilalim ng batas militar noong 1972 hanggang siya ay napatalsik noong Pebrero 1986. Ang pang-apat naman ay ang totalitarianismo. Ang totalitarianismo, ito ay pinamumunuan ng isang diktador o grupo ng taong kapangyarihan. Ito ay may ideolohiyang pinaniniwalaan at may partidong nagpapatupad. Sa totalitarianismo, limitado ang karapatan ng mga mamamayan sa malayang pagkilos, pagsasalita, at pagtutol sa pamahalaan. Ang pagpapahayag ng relihiyon ay hindi lubusang sinasang-ayunan, ngunit hindi rin naman tahasang ipinagbabawal. Lahat ng desisyon tungkol sa pamamahala at kabuhayan ay nasa kamay ng isang grupo o ng diktador. Sa totalitarianismo rin, nasa kamay ng pamahalaan ang pag-aari ng mga lupain, kayamanan ng bansa at mga industriya nito. Halimbawa nito ay ang pamahalaan ni Hitler ng bansang Germany at si Mussolini ng bansang Italy bago at habang maganap ang World War II. Sa totalitarianismo rin, isang uri ng pamahalaang totalitarian ang tinatawag natin sistemang diktatorial. Ang sistemang diktatorial, ito ay unang ginamit noong sinaunang panahon tuwing may kagipitan o labanan at may pangangailangang magtakda ng isang punong militar na may kapangyarihang diktatoryan. Matapos ang kagipitan, umalis ang ganitong katungkulan. Maraming bansa ang yumakap din sa sistemang ito sa sinaunang panahon. Palasak ito sa mga bansa sa Timog Amerika at sa iba pang mga lugar sa Asia, maging sa Africa. Okay? Napanatili ang kapangyarihan sa diktador sa pamamagitan ng pagkontrol ng pamahalaan. Sa tulong o sa bisa ng totalitarianismo, napapanatili ang kapangyarihan sa kamay ng isang diktador. Hindi lamang ang pamahalaan, maging ang ekonomiya, ang mass media, at ang iba pang mga larangan. Ang susunod naman ay ang sosyalismo. Ang sosyalismo ay isang ideolohiya na nakabatay sa patakarang pang-ekonomiya. Dito, ang pamamalakad ng pamahalaan ay nasa kamay ng isang grupo ng tao. Ang grupong binabanggit natin dito ay nagtatakda ng pagmamay-ari at sa pangangasiwa ng mga lupain, ng kapital, at mekanismo ng produksyon. Ang mga industriya at lahat ng mga kailangan sa pagpapabuti ng kalagayan ng mga mamamayan ay nasa kamay naman ng pamahalaan. Ang hangad ng sosyalismo, ang layunin ng sosyalismo ay upang makamit ang tinatawag nilang perpektong lipunan. Ito ay sa pamamagitan ng pantay na distribusyon ng produksyon ng bansa. Sa ilalim pa rin ng sosyalismo, binibigyan din nito ang pagtutulungan habang ang mahalagang industriya ay pagmamay-ari naman ng pamahalaan. Halimbawa na lamang ng mga bansang nagkaroon ng ganitong sistema ng pamamahala ay ang bansang China na kanilang napatupad noong taong 1949 to 1978 at sa dating yung Soviet o Soviet Union noong 1970 kung saan ang teritoryo ang teorya ni Karl Marx ay ang sinubukang bigyan ng katuparan sa mga bansa. At ang panghuli naman ay ang tinatawag natin komunismo. Ayon sa ideolohiya ito o komunismo, walang uri ang mga tao sa lipunan. Ito ang kinikilala ng mga bansang komunista. Walang uri ang mga tao sa lipunan. Ang ibig sabihin lamang ito, pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang mayaman at walang mahirap. Dito, tatanggap ang lahat ng tao ng yaman batay sa kanilang pangangailangan. Pag-aari ng mga mamamayan at ng Estado ang produksyon na inilalabas ng mga pagawaan at lahat ng mga negosyo sa bansa. Ang mga sumusunod na bansa ay ang halimbawa ng mga bansang nagpapanukala o nagpapatupad ng sistemang komunismo. Nandiyan ang USSR, nandiyan ang China, ang North Korea, ang bansang Vietnam, Cuba, Bulgaria, Yugoslavia, at saka ang Secretary. Okay, so ngayon upang sukatin ang inyong naging kaalaman hindi sa mga ating isa-isang ideolohiya, politika at ekonomiya, ating ngayon gawin ang activity number 1. Dito, tukuyin kung anong ideolohiya at manifestasyon sa politika at ekonomiya ang mga sumusunod na sitwasyon. So, tutukuyin natin dito, ano bang manifestasyon ang isinasaad o maaaring mangyari sa isinasaad na pangyayari. Ano bang manifestasyon nito sa larangan ng ekonomiya o politika? Gawin natin halimbawa ang number 1. Number 1, ito ay ang pangyayari o sitwasyon. Hangad na makamit ang perpektong lipunan sa pamamagitan ng pantay na distribusyon ng produksyon ng bansa. Gamitin natin itong halimbawa. Ano kaya ang manifestasyon nito? Ang manifestasyon ng sitwasyon na ito ay sosyalismo. So, ang mga bansang nagpapatupad ng sosyalismo ay may ganitong ay may ganitong pangyayari o kaganapan. At ito ay naaayon sa ideolohiyang politika. Handa na ba para sa number 2 at number 2 hanggang 5? Okay. Number 2. Itong sitwasyon, karapatan ng mamamayan na bumoto at pumili ng pinuno. Ano kayang ideolohiya ito? Ito ay tama. Ito ay demokrasya. At ang sitwasyon ay nakaayon sa ideolohiyang politika. Number 3. Ang namumuno ay siya ring puno ng relihiyon ng Estado. Ano kaya ang ideolohiya ito at manifestasyon? Ito ay authoritarianismo at ito ay nasa ideolohiyang politika. Susunod, number 4. Ito naman ay nasa kamay ng pamahalaan ang pag-aari ng mga lupain, kayamanan ng bansa at mga industriya. Ano kayang ideolohiya ang may ganitong sitwasyon? Ito ay totalitarianismo at ang sitwasyon ay may kinalaman sa ekonomiya. Okay. And last one, kontrolado ng mga pribadong mangangalakal ang produksyon, distribusyon, at kalakalan. Ano kaya ideolohiya ito? Ang sagot dito ay kapitalismo. At ito ay nasa ilalim ng ideolohiyang may kinalaman sa ekonomiya. Okay, nakuha niyo ba lahat ng tamang sagot? Okay, very good po ngayon. So, ating natapos ang ating maikling talakayan tungkol sa mga iba't ibang ideolohiya na lumaganap hindi lamang sa Asia, hindi lamang sa ating bansa, pagkus sa lahat ng mga bansa pagkatapos ng World Wars. Ngayon ay matagumpay nating natapos ang unang bahagi or first episode na ating talakayan tungkol sa mga ideolohiyang pampolitika at pang-ekonomiko. Tandaan, ano bang magandang aral na inyong nakuha ngayong araw? Sikapin natin itong ibahagi sa iba. Muli, ako si Pinoong Charlie M. Peralta, ang nagsasabi na ang pag-aaral na aralin ng lipunan ay daan sa pagiging makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Hanggang sa muli, dear students, God bless.
How are you today?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, learners of Tarlac. Good morning, Math Talino Grade 4 learners.
Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo
here on RTV Tarlac Channel 26.
Simulcast over DCTC
Radio Filipino Tarlac.
I'm Sir Glenn, your teacher broadcaster.
Broadcasting live here at Paniki Tarlac.
Remotely here in Concepcion, Tarlac.
Live here at Barangay Pedro Elquines, Mayantok, Tarlac.
Broadcasting live from Ramos National High School.
Your anchor teacher today for grade 9 mathematics.
Your partner in education this time of pandemic.
Alam niyo ba na ang 2014 Philippine Basketball Marathon ay ang pinakamahabang basketball match ayon sa Guinness World of Records? Ang laro ay naganap mula March 24 hanggang March 29, 2014 sa Meralco Gym sa Pasig at tumagal ng 120 hours. Ang marathon na ito ay isang fundraising event para sa mga biktima ng bagyong Yolanda. Alam nyo na, yan ang longest basketball match.
Good afternoon, grade 8 learners. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo. Here on RTV Tarlac, channel 26, simulcast over DCPC 828 Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. This is Alistair Aidatu, your teacher broadcaster in TLE Agri-Fishery Arts, grade 7 and 8, Animal Production, broadcasting live here at Tarlac National High School, Tarlac City, Tarlac. How are you today? I hope. Today, we will focus our discussion on the area in Agri-Fishery Arts Exploratory course. We'll teach you an exciting lesson today. I would like to invite you to join us in a magical learning experience at home. At this point, I want you to prepare your self-learning module as well as your pen and paper so that you can take down some notes and pointers to remember as we go along with the lesson. So, are you ready, my dear learners? Great! Let us begin. I hope you are excited to learn something new today. Be sure that you are in a comfortable place and free from unnecessary noise so that you can focus and listen to our lesson very well. And for your attendance, just type your name, section, and name of your school in the chat box if you are watching via FB Live. First, let us have a review of our previous lesson. Learners, do you still remember our topic last meeting? Excellent! Last time, we discussed the inputs in production. Now, let us recall. Good job, learners! Cost, the value of money that has been used up to produce something. And return, these are the sales of broiler sale, chicken manure to vegetable grower, and sales of good condition empty feed bags. Is the last lesson clear to everyone? Excellent! Since you understand it very well, let's proceed to our lesson today. Before moving on, let's play a game. This game is called a mathematical facial expression. Everyone is allowed to guess the answer based on the picture representing the cheek facial expression, and the answer may be expressed through chat box. Here are the mechanics. First, I will show you the picture of different emoticons. Second, memorize the emoticons with corresponding value. And lastly, identify the value of each emoticons to solve the problem. Here are the facial expression of chicken and their corresponding value. Happy face, we have 1 point. Sarcastic face, 2 points. Angry face, 3 points. Handsome face, 4 points. And in that face, 5 points. I will give you 20 seconds to memorize each expression and their corresponding value. Let's have an example, class. Okay, happy face plus angry face is equal to, did you get the correct answer? Very good, the answer is 4. Now, it's your turn. Let's start, my dear learners. Number 1. Handsome face minus angry face is equal to, If your answer is 1, you got it right. Next, number 2. Angry face. Number 2, angry face multiplied by sarcastic face is equal to the answer is 6. Good job! Next, last number 3. Handsome face divided by sarcastic face is equal to if your answer is 2, you're absolutely right. Learners, did you enjoy the game we played? See, in PLE is an application of other subject. Today, we will use mathematics to discuss our topic for today, correlation to other topic. So for today's lesson, it's about computing the sample gathered data in broiler production and how raise chicken for its meat. Lesson 4, performing estimation and basic calculation, page 17 to 19, exploratory course, and based on MELCs. So at the end of the lesson, you will be able to, first, define the production cost. Second, compute the total cost, net income, return on investment, and mortality rate. And letter C, display patience in calculating the cost of production. And lastly, appreciate the importance of learning new knowledge that is applicable in daily lives. So to start with, let us define first what is production cost. According to Gurley and Worley's, cost of production refers to the total sum of money needed for the production of a particular quantity of output. For you to better remember, production cost refers to all the costs incurred by a business from manufacturing a product or providing a service. Production costs can include a variety of expenses such as labor, raw materials, consumable manufacturing supply, and general overhead. Next, you must know what kind of production are suitable in your area. First, we have the meat production. Broiler are chicken intended for meat purposes. Broiler is a chicken that raised for its meat. And second, we have the egg production. Layers are raised for its egg. And the third one, dual-purpose breed. This native chicken that's suitable for those two operations for meat and egg. So in broiler meat production, this chicken grows quickly and can weigh around 1.8 to 2.3 kilograms for just 5 to 6 weeks. Moving on, what is the difference between Class A chick and Class B chicks? They differ in quality. They differ in quality. Class A is weighing 35 grams above, and while Class B is weighing 30 grams below. Now, let's compute the expenses of raising broiler chicken for meat production. Again, let's compute the expenses of raising broiler chicken for meat production. So Mr. Datu has the following data in his broiler project. Total production cost as follows. A. Cost of chicken per head. B. Cost of feeds. C. Medicine and antibiotics. And letter D. Miscellaneous. Electricity, water, and labor. So, to start with, in letter A, cost of chick per head. For example, you purchase 100 pieces chick with a price of 30 pesos. So 100 multiplied by 30, the answer is? Good job, learners! It will cost around 3,000 pesos. Sometimes, the sellers give you extra pieces, and please remember, broiler chicks are sensitive in their first week because on this stage, their system and internal organ are not yet fully developed. So to get the mortality rate, we must consider the formula. Mortality rate is equal to number of dead birds divided by total number of birds, then multiplied by 100. For example, we have 4 chicks die due to severe heat. Substitute the value of 4 and then divided by 100, the answer is 0.04 and then multiply by 100. So the answer is 4. So the rate of chicks deaths is 4% until market age. For every 100 chicks, 4 chicks might die, but still, it depends how you take care of your chicks until growth. Are you still with me, learners? Great! There are 3 types of feeds for broiler. There are 3 types of feeds available in the market. Each type differs in proportion of nutrients in the feed. The first one, we have the chick booster. This will give them adequate nutrition and disease resistance during brooding. And the second one, broiler starter, promotes a healthy immune system, strengthens bones, chicken grow faster. And the last one is broiler finisher, adds energy to the chicken to ensure faster growth and harvesting. So moving on to the cost of feeds, day 1 to day 12, the average chick booster feed that the chicken can consume is 31 grams, equivalent to 0.38 kilogram, will consume for every chick. So the cost of feeds to 1 chicken or 1 chick is 12 pesos and 50 centavos. For day 13 to day 25, we feed them with the broiler starter feeds. The average that the chicken consume is 1.17 kilo. 90 grams estimated feeds can consume is 1.17 kilogram. So the cost of feeds to 1 chicken is 37 pesos and 50 centavos. For day 26 to 45, we feed them a finisher feed. The average that the chicken can eat is 150 grams, and the total estimated feeds can consume is 3 kilograms. So the cost of feeds to 1 chicken is 92 pesos and 50 centavos. We have 2 options in selling at the age of 30 to 35 days and 36 to 45 days. In option A, to continue in 30 to 35 days, 100 chicken with a 4% mortality can consume 5.5 to 6 bags of feeds. And the cost of your feeds would be 1,205 pesos for chick booster and 3,600 pesos for broiler starter and 4,032 pesos for broiler finisher. So the total you will spend for feeds is 8,837 pesos. Very good, class. Next, let's proceed to the medicine, antibiotics, and miscellaneous. And your cost of medicine and antibiotics is 250 pesos. And others can reach, or the miscellaneous can reach, about 600 pesos. 250 pesos plus 600 pesos. And the total amount is 850 pesos. Overall, cost of production, feeds expense, 8,837 pesos, plus chick cost, 3,000 pesos, medicine, antibiotics, and miscellaneous, which is 850 pesos. So the total you will spend is, what is your answer, class? If your answer is 12,687 pesos, then you are correct. Okay, now let's proceed. If you sold 96 heads with average heads of 1.8 kilogram at the age of 35 days or 5 weeks, so 96 multiplied by 1.8 to get the total weight. So the answer is 172.8 kilogram. And if the price is 100 pesos per kilo live weight, all you have to do is 172.8 multiplied by 100 pesos. It will cost around 17,280 pesos. Take note, class. We have a mortality rate expense, which is 250 pesos. So this mortality rate must be added to the total expense, 12,687 pesos. So the total is 12,937. And then less the gross sale, which is 17,280 pesos. And our net income will be 4,343 pesos, or is equivalent to 34%. So to get this 34% return of investment, we must consider the formula below. What will you do is substitute the value of net income and divided by the cost of production. So 4,343 divided by 12,937 multiplied by 100. How much is your return on investment? Very good. Your estimated return on investment is 34% within 35 days of reading. So here are the summary for option A. Gross sale or gross income, we have 17,280. Total expense cost production, 12,937. Net income, 4,343. And return on investment is 34%. Now, let's proceed to option B. If you want to sell at the age of 36 to 45 days, the 100 chicken with 4% mortality can consume 8 to 9 bags of feeds. And the cost of your feeds could be 1,200 pesos for chick booster and 3,600 pesos for broiler starter and 8,064 pesos for broiler finisher. So the total amount you will spend for feeds in option B is, very good, 12,869 pesos. Okay, for your cost for medicine, antibiotics, same, 250 pesos, and miscellaneous and other expenses, 600, with a total of 850 pesos. So here are the overall cost of production in option B. Its expense, 12,869 pesos, plus chick cost, 3,000, and medicine, antibiotics, miscellaneous, 880 pesos. And the total you will spend is 16,719 pesos. If you sold 96 head with half weight head of 2.5 kilogram at the age of 45 days or week 6.5 weeks, 96 multiplied by 2.5 to get the total weight is equivalent to 240 kilogram. And if the price is 100 pesos for live weight, so 240 pesos or 240 kilogram multiplied by 100 pesos per kilo live weight, it will cost around 24,000 pesos. Again, note, we have the mortality rate expense, which is 250 pesos must be added to the total expense. So 250 pesos plus 16,719 is equal to 16,969. And then less the gross sale, which is 24,000 to get our net income. So class, what will be our net income? Very good. If your answer is 7,031 pesos, you are correct. And it is equal to 41%. So to get again the 41% return on investment, we must consider the formula again. What will you do is substitute the value of net income and divided by cost of production or total expense multiplied by 100. So how much is your return on investment at the age 45 days or week 6.5 weeks? Your estimated returns of investment is 41% within 45 days of trading. So here are the summary for option B. Gross sale, income sale, 24,000. Total expense, cost of production, 16,969 pesos. Net income, 7,031 pesos. And return of investment is 41%. And here are the difference between option A and option B. So class, Are the formulas given is clear to everyone? Do you have any question? Okay, since there are none, let's proceed to evaluation. Now, my dear learners, I would like you to get a sheet of paper for a short quiz. The type of test is multiple choice. What will you do is, write the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. I will read the statement and you have 10 seconds to answer. Learners, are you ready? Alright, here are the questions. Question number 1. What is the percent of mortality if 10 birds out of the 100 broilers die due to severe heat? A. 25%, B. 100%, C. 2%, and letter D. 10%. Okay, if your answer is letter B, then you are correct. 10%. Next, number 2. The price of 1 kilo of chicken meat is 120 pesos. How much is the cost of 1.5 kilos of chicken meat? A. 180 pesos, B. 150 pesos, C. 120 pesos, or letter D. 230 pesos. If your answer is letter A, 180 pesos, then you are correct. Next, question number 3. You have an available 100 chicken meat at the average of 1.2 kilos each. What is the total number of kilos to be sold in the market? A. 100 kilos, B. 120 kilos, C. 150 kilos, letter D. 125 kilos. The correct answer is letter B, 120 kilos. Next, question number 4. These feeds promotes a healthy immune system, strengthen bones, and chicken grow faster. A. Chick booster, B. Broiler starter, C. Broiler finisher, D. multigrain. If your answer is D, then you are correct. Last, number 5. Chicken that is raised specifically for meat production. A. Dual-purpose breed, B. Broiler, C. Layers, D. Leghorn. Did you get all the correct answer? If your answer is letter B, then you are correct. Broiler. Okay, did you get all the correct answer? Great. Okay, count the number of correct answer. For those who got a perfect score of 5, excellent. Job well done. You listened carefully to our today's lesson. For those who got 4 and 3, very good. Keep up the good work. And for those who got 2 and below, still, you are good and thank you for trying. So again, thank you learners for your active participation. I hope you have enjoyed and learned a lot today. This is again Project Shine, TarlakHenyo, brought to you by the Department of Education Division of Tarlac Province in cooperation with RTV Tarlac and DCTC 828, Radyo Pilipino Tarlac. Before I will end up this episode, I would like you to remember this thought. According to Benjamin Franklin, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And always remember that in PLE, we aim for knowledge, skills, and progress. God bless you all. Once again, this is Teacher Ali of Tarlac National High School is signing off.
Travel to Herona and see how big North Shine has grown.
Doon ho sa bayan ho namin, nakilala ho kami dahil sa North Shine. Nakita man yun, dati ho, parol capital ho kami dati ng Tarlac.
Ang dagdag na 2 taon sa high school ay malaking bahagi ng programang K-12 sa ating bansa. Pinag-aralan ng mabuti ng Kagawaran ng Edukasyon o DEPED ang nilalaman at paraan ng pagkatuto sa 2 taong ito na tinatawag ngayong senior high school. Sa pamamagitan ng senior high school, tinitiyak ng DEPED ang kalidad ng edukasyon na may malinaw na patutunguhan anuman ang iyong pag-aralan. May 15 core, 7 applied at 9 na specialized subjects ang senior high school. Sa kabuuan, may 31 subjects ang senior high school. Katumbas ito ng 4 na semestre na may 2 quarter bawat semestre. Ang mga paksa sa bawat aralin ay mahalaga upang maihanda ang mga mag-aaral sa 4 na curriculum exit gaya ng kolehiyo, trabaho, middle-level skills development at negosyo. Kahit anong track ang piliin ng isang mag-aaral, maaari siyang magpatuloy sa alinman sa 4 na posibleng curriculum exit. Mayroong 4 na track ang senior high school. 1. Academic track. 2. Technical Vocational Livelihood track. 3. Arts and Design track. At 4. Sports track. Mahalagang tandaan na hindi lahat ng paaralan ay kumpleto ng lahat ng tracks at strands. Kailangang suriing mabuti ng mga magulang at mag-aaral kung anong track o strand ang mayroon sa kanilang lugar na naaayon sa iba't ibang konsiderasyon gaya ng hilig, interes, kakayahan ng mag-aaral at marami pang iba. Makipag-ugnayan sa pinakamalapit na senior high school sa inyong lugar upang malaman ang kanilang ino-offer na tracks at strands. Upang matulungan ng mga mag-aaral na maunawaan ang pagpaplano sa kanilang hinaharap, ang Department of Education ay naglunsad ng Homeroom Guidance, kung saan nakapaloob ang Career Development Domain. Tumutulong itong mahubog ang mga mahalagang kaalaman, kasanayan, pag-uugali at pagbubuo ng mga plano at desisyon para sa kanilang buhay. Kung kayo ay may mga katanungan o paglilinaw tungkol sa senior high school tracks and strands, maaari kayong makipag-ugnayan sa inyong career guidance advocate o guidance counselor. Hangad namin ang inyong tagumpay!
Alam niyo ba na ang Great Barrier Reef ay ang pinakamalaking living structure on Earth? Matatagpuan ito sa baybayin ng Queensland sa Australia. Ito ay pinamamahayan ng 3,000 coral reefs at 900 coral islands na matatagpuan sa ilalim ng Coral Sea. May haba itong higit sa 2,000 kilometers at makikita lamang sa outer space. Ngunit, Dahil sa fragile coral colony nito, unti-unti na itong nasisira sa paglipas ng panahon at dulot na rin ng climate change, polusyon at man-made disasters. Alam nyo na, yan ang Great Barrier Reef.
Kumusta mga giliw kong tagapakinig?
Nagbabalik ang inyong paaralang panghimpapawid,
Aral TarlakHenyo,
RTV Tarlac, Channel 26,
at sa bayang naririnig sa DCTC 828,
Radyo Pilipino Tarlac.
Tayo rin ay napapanood sa FB Live ng RTV Tarlac Channel 26.
Sumasahimpapawid mula sa bayan ng Pura Tarlac,
mula sa bayan ng San Clemente,
Mula rito sa Borok Elementary School, Pura Tarlac,
sa bayan ng Kapas Tarlac.
Ako, ang inyong guro,
na maghahatid sa inyo ng makabuluhang pagtalakay sa ating aralin.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, especially to all grade 8 learners. Welcome to Aral TarlakHenyo here on RTV Tarlac, Channel 26, simulcast over DCTZ, Radyo Filipino Tarlac. I am Ma'am Jelly Esgo, your teacher broadcaster for Arts Grade 8, broadcasting live from San Jose, Tarlac City. I just want to tell some general reminders before we start our discussion. Make sure that you are in the most comfortable place while tuning in into our live stream and television. Also, make sure that you have a copy of your learning activity sheet in Grade 8 Arts for the 4th quarter to better understand our lesson for today. You can ask and answer the questions through the live chat. I hope everyone is ready. As we begin our lesson, I want you to open your learning activity sheet pre-assessment. The title is Picture Presentation. For our direction, observe and identify the title of each play. Are you ready? Again, you can write your answers in the chat box or in the learning activity sheet and send it to your Muppet teacher. Okay, let's start. Observe the picture. What is the title of this play? Very good. The title is Ibong Adarna. What about the second picture? Correct. The answer is Florante at Laura. Number 3. What is the title? Very good. The title is Miss Saigon. And for the last picture, what do you think the title? Correct. The answer is The Phantom of the Opera. Very good, everyone. Those pictures are examples of theatrical play. For our topic for today, we will discuss the relationship of the selected Asian festival and the festival in the Philippines in terms of form and reason for holding the celebration. I want you to observe again the picture. So this time, what did you notice, learners? Very good. That's the Peking Opera of China. Peking Opera or Beijing Opera, which combines music, vocal performance, pantomime, dance, and acrobatics. It started in the late 18th century and became fully developed and recognized by the mid-19th century. During the Qing Dynasty court, it became extremely popular and came to be regarded as one of the cultural treasures of China. Peking Opera, sometimes called Beijing Opera, is one of the several kinds of opera found throughout China. It was established around 1970 when regional opera groups gathered in Beijing to perform for the emperor's birthday. As a result, a new style developed that combined elements of earlier regional forms. In Peking Opera, they have visual performance elements and utilize four main skills. First one, song. Second, speech. Third, dance acting. This includes pure dance, pantomime, and all other type of dance. And last is combat. It includes both acrobatics and fighting with all manner of weaponry. Aesthetics, aims, and principles of movement. The highest aim of performers in Peking opera is to put beauty into every motion. Next is the art form. Gestures, settings, music, and character types are determined by long-held conventions. The last is conventions of movement. Walking in a large circle always symbolizes traveling a long distance. Character straightening his or her costume and headdress symbolizes that an important character is about to speak. Third, pantomimic opening and closing of doors and mounting and descending of stairs. Learners, I want you to observe again the picture. So what did you observe? Correct, that's the kabuki of Japan. Kabuki is a form of traditional Japanese drama with highly stylized song, mime, and dance, now performed only by male actors. Japanese originally a verb meaning act dissolutely. Later interpreted as ka, it means song, bu, it means dance, and ki, it means art or skill. Kabuki theater is known for the stylization of its drama and for the elaborate makeup worn by some of its performers. Kabuki is therefore sometimes translated as the art of singing and dancing. Since the word kabuki is believed to derive from the verb kabubu, meaning to lean or to be out of ordinary, kabuki can be bizarre theater. The expression kabuki mono referred originally to those who were bizarrely dressed and paraded on a street. Kabuki is performed in full-day programs. Audiences escape from the day-to-day world, devoting a full day to entertainment. Though some individual plays, particularly the historical Jidai mono, might last an entire day, most were shorter and sequenced with other plays in order to produce a full-day program. The purpose of kabuki is to entertain and to allow the actors to demonstrate their skills. Next, I want you to observe the picture. What did you notice? Okay, very good. That's the wayang kulit of Indonesia. Wayang refer to kinds of puppet theaters. Sometimes, the puppet itself is referred to as wayang. Performances of shadow puppet theaters are accompanied by a gamelan orchestra in Java and by gender wayang in Bali. Wayang kulit or shadow puppets are without a doubt the best known of the Indonesian wayang. Kulit means skin and refers to the leather construction of the puppets that are carefully shaped with very fine tools and supported with carefully shaped buffalo horn, handles, and control rods. Aside from entertainment, the wayang kulit is an extremely important vehicle of culture, serving as a carrier of myth, morality play, and form of religious experience rolled into one. It also educates as well as abuse by portraying good and evil, with good always triumphing, although evil is never destroyed. In Hindu thought, good and evil are necessary parts of the whole and must exist in equilibrium. Observe the picture. So this time, what did you notice, class? Very good. The Nang shadow puppets of Thailand. Shadow puppet, in Thai it means Nang, was one form of public entertainment in the south of Thailand. It is still very popular at village festivals, temple fairs, and celebrations such as marriages. Its characters are made from intricately cut out and articulated shapes of leather. They are delicately colored, but this does not show during a performance, as the puppets appear only in shadow against a white sheet with light shining through from behind. They are manipulated with rods that control movements of the arms and legs. The performance in Nang have a religious theme or have an episode from the Ramayana epic which contains dozens of individual stories. They may also be specially written to include up-to-the-minute reflections, songs, and poems about local events and matters of current interest in the district or country. Nang recites tales of the gods and contemporary people through stories of love, current events, and tradition. The shadow puppets used in the Nang represent the norms and mores of Thai society. Themes commonly seen in Nang performances include family conflict, fantastic adventures of a wandering hero, star-crossed lovers, and romantic tales. Hermits teaching magic to their apprentices, and abandoned children seeking love or seeking lost loved ones. The Nang attempts to relate to the audience the importance of Thai values and ideologies in a changing world. However, the mystical and historical events remain fundamental in all performances. The association with karma, all actions have equal reactions, and the underlying message of rewards and punishment act as allegories for Buddhist morality and philosophy, and is usually performed during the country's dry season from February to August. There are hundreds of different characters, each with a distinctive shadow, but the show will almost always include a clown, funny old man, spotter, brain old woman, or rather stupid yokel, who are all great favorites with the fun-loving audiences. Next, observe the picture. So what did you notice this time? Very good. That's the Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year is the longest and most important festivity in the Chinese calendar. The origin of Chinese New Year is itself centuries old and gained significance because of several myths and traditions. Chinese New Year is celebrated in countries and territories with significant Chinese populations. Chinese New Year's Eve, a day where Chinese families gather for their annual reunion dinner, is known as Shushi, or Eve of the Passing Year. People will pour out their money to buy presents, decoration, material, food, and clothing. Thoroughly cleanse the house in order to sweep away any ill fortune and to make way for good incoming luck. Another, windows and doors will be decorated with red color paper cuts and couplets with popular themes of good fortune or happiness, wealth, and longevity. On the eve of Chinese New Year, supper is a feast with families. Food will include such items as pigs, ducks, chicken, and sweet delicacies. The family will end the night with firecrackers. Next is the Dragon Dance. Dragon Dance is a form of traditional dance and performance in Chinese culture. The Dragon Dance is a highlight of Chinese New Year celebration held worldwide in Chinatowns around the world. The dragon symbolizes power, strength, and good luck. I hope you had fun in learning these topics. So I hope you are now ready for our assessment activity. Kindly turn your learning activity sheet to activity number 2. The title is Name Me. You can write the correct answer on the chat box or on a clean sheet of paper and send it to your Muppet teacher. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. Question number 1. It is the Japanese traditional drama. Question number 2. Attempts to relate to the audience the importance of Thai values and ideologies in a changing world. Question number 3. It is the shadow puppet of Indonesia. Question number 4. The longest and most important festivity in the Chinese calendar. Question number 5. This opera is sometimes called Beijing Opera. Now, let's check your answer. For number 1, the answer is Kabuki. For number 2, the answer is Nang. For number 3, the answer is Wayang Kulit. For number 4, the answer is Chinese New Year. And for number 5, the answer or the correct answer is Peking Opera. Congratulations, you did great in your assessment. So let us now proceed to Philippine Festival. Philippines owns many festivals that have been celebrated throughout the year. Asking for the best, well, it is so hard to pick one. There are two types of festivals in Philippines. First is religious festival, being celebrated as thanksgiving to God as we give honor to a particular patron saint. The second one is non-religious festivals. These festivals focus on the cultural and heritage aspects of the country. It also promotes tourism and livelihood. There are some well-known festivals here in our country. In Pampanga, they celebrate the festival Giant Lantern. It is held during Christmas Eve in San Fernando, Pampanga, staging the beautiful display of giant lanterns handcrafted by locals and made to light up to the tune of lively music and fireworks. In Bulacan, they celebrated the festival Obando Fertility Rite. It's a dance ritual and Catholic festival celebrated every May in Obando, Bulacan. Locals and pilgrims dress in traditional costumes and perform fertility dance in the streets to honor their three patron saints, San Pascual, Santa Clara, and Our Lady of Salambao. Throughout the 3 days, devotees joyously dance in the streets as a form of prayer, asking for the spirit of life to enter into the wombs of women. While in Bataan, they celebrated the Banga Festival. It's a week-long event celebrated in the city of Balanga City. It is said that the name Balanga came from the word banga, the Tagalog term for pot used in cooking. The festival is celebrated alongside the Feast of Saint Joseph in April 28. The Banga Festival is celebrated to remind the Balangueños of their humble beginnings. While in Nueva Ecija, they celebrated the Taong Putik Festival. Taong Putik Festival is not just a merrymaking celebration. It is a religious ritual called Pag-asa or Pagsa sa San Juan, held every 24th day of June in the town of Aliaga, Nueva Ecija. It is celebrated to honor the patron saint, Saint John the Baptist. Panagbanga Festival is a month-long annual flower occasion in Baguio City. The term is of Kankanaye, origin meaning season of monkey. The festival held in February was created as a tribute to the city's flowers and as a way to rise up from the devastation of the 1990 Luzon earthquake. The festival includes floats that are covered mostly with flowers. The festival also includes street dancing, presented by dancers clad in flower-inspired costumes that is inspired by the Benjan and Ibaloy dance of celebration that came from the Cordilleras. The Atiatian Festival is a Philippine festival held annually in January in honor of the Santo Niño, Holy Child or Infant Jesus, in several towns of the province of Aklan, Panay Island. The festival consists of religious processions and street parades, showcasing tea floats, dancing group wearing colorful costumes, marching bands, and people sporting face and body paints. Here in our province, Tarlac, we celebrated the Tarlak Festival. The Tarlak Festival takes its name from a variety of grass that is native to the Luzon area. The plant is celebrated with sumptuous pageantry that's characterized by school children dressed in grass-inspired costumes, who dance to the beat of traditional music. The Raikik Festival falls on the same day. That's the end of our discussion. Let us now summarize the lesson. Asian theaters and festivals are Peking Opera and Chinese New Year in China, Kabuki of Japan, Wayang Kulit of Indonesia, and Nang of Thailand. The two types of festivals are religious and non-religious festival. Examples of festivals in the Philippines are Giant Lantern Festival of Pampanga, Obando Fertility Rite of Bulacan, Banga Festival of Bataan, Taong Putik Festival of Nueva Ecija, Panagbanga Festival of Baguio, Atiatian Festival of Aklan, and Tarlak Festival of Tarlac. I hope you had fun in learning these topics. You are now ready for our next assessment activity. Again, you can write the correct answer on the chat box or on a clean sheet of paper and send it to your MAPE teacher. Are you ready? Okay, let's begin. For question number 1, this festival celebrated every May in Obando, Bulacan. Locals and pilgrims dress in traditional costumes and perform fertility dance in the streets to honor their three patron saints, San Pascual, Santa Clara, and Our Lady of Salambao. A. Banga Festival. B. Giant Lantern Festival. C. Obando Fertility Rite. Or letter D. Taong Putik Festival. Question number 2. This festival was created to give tribute to the city's flowers and as a way to rise up from the devastation of the 1990 Luzon earthquake. A. Tarlak Festival. B. Giant Lantern Festival. C. Panagbenga Festival. Or letter D. Taong Putik Festival. Question number 3. This festival, held annually in January in honor of the Santo Niño or Holy Child or Infant Jesus, in several towns of the province of Aklan, Panay Island. A. Tarlak Festival. B. Giant Lantern Festival. C. Panagbanga Festival. Or letter D. Ati-Atihan Festival. Question number 4. This festival, staging the beautiful display of giant lanterns handcrafted by locals and made to light up to the tune of lively music and fireworks. A. Tarlak Festival. B. Giant Lantern Festival. C. Panagbanga Festival. Or letter D. Ati-Atihan Festival. Question number 5. This festival is celebrated to remind the Balangueños of their humble beginnings. A. Banga Festival. B. Giant Lantern Festival. C. Obando Fertility Rite. Or letter D. Taong Putik Festival. Okay, so time's up. Let's now check your answers. For number 1, the answer is letter C. Obando Fertility Rite. For number 2, the answer is letter C. Panagbanga Festival. For number 3, the answer is letter D. Ati-Atian Festival. For number 4, the answer is letter B. Giant Lantern Festival. And for number 5, the correct answer is letter A. Banga Festival. Congratulations everyone, you did great in your assessment. Let us now proceed to your performance. So for our performance, the title is Emotion Orchestra. For the direction, actually this activity is ideal for a group of 8 to 10 students. One student, perhaps the drama instructor or group leader, serve as the orchestra conductor. The rest of the performers should stand in rows as though they were musicians in an orchestra. However, instead of having a string section or a brass section, the conductor will create emotion sections. Each section will create facial expressions, sounds, and simple movements that are well presented in their respective emotion. The conductor will guide the group, especially in changing emotions. Performers must make certain that they pay attention to the conductor. The group can also use instruments. For the rubric of the performance, the criteria are cooperation, presentation, creativity, and behavior. So let's all watch the sample video. That's all for today, and if you have questions or clarifications about our lesson, you can send your questions through my messenger or to your MAPE teacher. And don't forget to send your emotion orchestra video. I hope you learned and enjoyed our lesson. I am Teacher Jenny saying, art is not for aesthetic purposes only. Art can be a way to show your emotions and thoughts in life. Until next time, and keep safe everyone.